So those three equations are easy enough. Compound interest. You'll have to copy them off later. Yes, this is.
Is this another square?
You'll have to go quickly. No, it's still in financial maths.
I can't fit this in.
Yep, so what might end up happening is if you can't fit it all in now, this becomes your draft. You write over 2 pages and then cram it all into one later.
Oh, so what if we get like the middle page out of our book and then right over that?
It is a single A4 page written on one side. There's no way around it. If you try and cheat it, and they'll just take it away from you. It's that easy. Examiner is no. Alright, compound interest. Now,
Can you go up?
no, sorry. You'll have to either watch it or copy of a friend. Watch it later. Alright, so, in compound interest, I'm sorry I'm moving quickly. I have to because we need to get through the entire semester of this double lesson. In TVM, yeah? You go to the main menu and then in the financial mode, it's called TVM. It would be really frustrating in the exam if you got there and forgot how to get into the mode. Alright? So main menu, then TVM.
I don't even know what we're. Are we writing all of this?
If you know
I'm
it,
so confused.
basically, you have to write lots on here. I want to make sure you've got everything you need for the exam. So yeah, write it all. Alright? Now, remember, compound interest earns more interest than principal interest.
Maybe you should watch out for it. It's harder on like what we've done.
Yeah, you just take that
But it's not. That's the filter.
Watch out.
Oh,
It's not blocked at all. There we go.
Maybe you just leave it
What about the
out.
other side though?
I'll just leave it out. How about that? You won't filter.
Oh yeah. Put a uni filter on.
Alright. I'll put it in after.
Don't know.
Alright, so going through these things again.
Put a turbo on. Put a turbo on.
I'm going to start down near the bottom. What is CY and PY? Good. Periods per year.
Cost per year.
And CY is always the same as PY. Now, this periods per year will come in the question as monthly, weekly, half yearly, etc.
Yeah.
Alright, if it's monthly, how often does it compound? 12 in a year. Monthly is 12. Half yearly? 2. Weekly? 52. Okay? If it was quarterly, it would be 4. So it's the number of periods in a year. Now, future value, FV.
We assume it's not a leap year.
Yeah, assume it's not a leap year. So it says daily, you go 365. Good question. Future value, FV. That's the amount you have at the end. Payment is always 0. Present value is how much you have at the start. I being interest. And you enter not as a decimal.
Are we writing all of this down?
Yes.
Right.
Now, if you enter it as a decimal, like if you write 7% as 0.07, your calculator will then helpfully convert it further into decimals, if you like. So if it says 7% in the question, just type in 7. If it says 12% of the question, type in 12. You don't have to do the conversion when using this mode. Your calculator will do it for you. Alright? Now, N is the most complicated and the most difficult one for us to get. It is going to be PY, so whatever that value for PY was down the bottom, times the number of years. Alright? Note that P/Y, if it's yearly or annually, is 1. Okay? So down here for PY, if it says it compounds each year, then PY is 1. Yep, there's a lot to write, I know.
Is it to financial maths?
No, we're near the bottom, but not quite yet. Yeah, I know, it's tough. Alright.
Oh. I just have to
Wing it.
just like.
So I can leave it there for another couple of seconds if you need time to write it.
I'll just copy off this. Brody.
Right. Now remember, what happens if we actually want to find the future value? If we don't know it, what do we do?
0.
Yeah, it becomes 0. So whatever we don't know goes in as a 0, and then we ask the calculator to find it by pressing the right button. Yeah? Carl remembers, it's good.
Is there anything?
Alright,
Have the exam next Thursday.
next Thursday. Now, a couple more things. These you may not have remembered, but these are only take a very small amount of space. Effective interest rate. You go into TVM mode, and then press F5, which is the conversion one.
Wait, we wait like 5 seconds.
Yeah, I can wait take some time on that.
Sir, are all our exams on Thursday?
I don't know.
Right, so is it next Thursday?
The exam is next Thursday, yes.
Can we
So,
leave after the exams?
FE, no you can't. It's lesson as normal. So, in this conversion rate, it'll only ask you for two things. It'll ask you for N and I. And N in this form, or in this function, is periods per year. And I is interest rate. Now this we covered quickly, but essentially the higher the effective interest, the better for us. And only N and I matter.
How small is the next bit of this?
Small. All we've got left of financial is growth and decay.
Oh,
Sir, what areas are going to be in the exam?
4 topics so far.
Or,
So we've got financial maths, linear relationships, which we just did, measurement and algebra.
oh, lovely.
Alrighty, growth and decay.
What was I in that?
I is the interest rate, the one that's been given.
it is useful.
And N is the periods per year for this one. In this mode, it's periods per year. Alright.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, last bit for financial. Growth and decay. Now, these are similar, or in fact identical to the compound interest formula, but we use them for things like population growth, growth of bacteria. I think in the test there was a question about koalas. They're also used for decay, so decreasing things. Essentially, FV, how much you have in the future, PV is how much you start with, and then 1 plus I is how many, if you're increasing. Huh?
FA will start at 0.
Well, what do you mean FV?
You're usually given the future value, aren't you?
Or you might be... I've got these the wrong way around, haven't I? P. You guys got to tell me these things. F.
Ah, good work. You're on my cheat sheet.
God's sake.
Yeah, sorry, ladies and gentlemen. P.
Why not you 10? Your pen's wrong. You're trying to trick us, aren't
Sir, we actually use ifs.
you? Yeah.
I can call you ladies and gentlemen if I like.
Yeah.
Why not? This is for growth. And the reason you know it's for growth is because
The plus.
of the plus. Alright. This one, decay. Now the N is the again number of periods. So if it's done yearly or monthly, you should be able to work it out. But number of periods.
So I'm guessing it's not going to get 2 sessions.
No, I'm afraid I won't be here next week.
What?
I
The week of the exam,
Who's
not
that teaching
here.
you?
I is the rate of change, or the interest rate, or the rate.
Hopefully we get Mr. Jude.
Rate in decimals.
Sir, does this term's grade like reset next time?
Yes.
Oh,
Rate in decimals. Alrighty, keep going because we've got more. Algebra. Go on to your next square.
I can't run out.
Alright, we're going to the next page. You'll have to condense them down later.
You can't do this.
Wait.
You can't have one page. Won't fit. What many people say?
I's rate. And has to be entered in decimals. Alright, expanding brackets.
Oh my.
I'm asking good questions.
Alright. I know you guys are struggling for space. Worst comes to worst, you have to go into a second sheet now, and later on you can choose what you need to go back onto one page. Alright, sorry, minus 2 gets multiplied into both, giving you minus 6x take 4. Alright, and you should all be quite comfortable with the fact that a number at the front is multiplied into both terms in the brackets.
I didn't like if it's the plus in the middle and it's take it
Is a take always before a plus?
Yes, minus 2 and plus 2 gives us minus 4 in the middle. That's right, your calculator is going to help you. If you put minus 2 times positive 2, it'll come out with negative 4. Alright, remember this one, foil. Firsts, outers, inners, lasts.
What's that really snuggle thing?
Alright, so that expansion's come from, that's a squared. If you aren't used to my writing by now. X times 3x is 3x squared. X times minus 6 is minus 6x. X times, it's minus 7 times 3 is minus 21x. Minus 7 times minus 6 is positive 42. And I know we're going quickly with it. Are there any like terms there?
Yeah, 6x and negative 6x and negative 21x.
Good, so the like terms are the ones that have the same number and powers of unknown. So they both have x's, which means we can collect them or add them, subtract them together. 3x squared, now minus 6 minus 21 is minus 27x plus 42. Alright.
This is not going to fit on one page. Can I have like little bits of paper just hanging off of it?
No. Now, in the end you might have to prioritise, so choose the ones you need. Alright, so what about a 3 bracket one?
You do the last 2 brackets first.
Yeah, okay, so there's lots of different ways to do it, but one way I'd suggest is choose the last 2 brackets, the ones here, and deal with them first. So leave a 2x take 1 out the front, and then we do the FOIL expansion with the last 2. Which would give us 9x squared. Well,
9x squared. Why is it 9x squared?
I lied, just 9x. Well done.
Why are you tricking me?
9x plus 12 minus 3x squared minus 4x.
And then you do the 2 brackets again.
And then 2 brackets and collect like terms in this one.
9x take 4x is 5.
Alright. So what we've done, we've expanded out, then collected like terms. Now, what do you do from here? It's similar to FOIL, but each of the minus 1 and the x needs to be multiplied by everything in the bracket. So it'll be x times that,
Oh, wow.
x times that, and x times that, and then minus 1 times that, minus 1 times that, and minus 1 times that. Okay?
Are you going to do it? You've got to do it.
Okay. Do you want me to do it?
Yes. Yes.
The 2 stays out the front.
Oh, and so can you move this one up here?
Sure.
Tiny bit. Yeah, that's fine.
So it's going to be negative 3x.
So the 3.
And then you check.
Then you collect like terms for that, yeah.
How long do we have students at this?
You'll have the whole double.
The whole double.
Or only double?
Yeah, we're going to whole double.
On that note, with the exam,
And
if
how many
you
got through it?
take long coming in, like you did today, that will cut down your exam time.
So we don't get recess time.
No, you get recess to have recess, and then this is the double lesson, right? If you come in without your pencil case or without a pen, then you're just going to sit there. There's no help in the exam. You're on your own. If you come in unprepared, without your cheat sheet, without your pens, then you're not going to be given any. I'm not here to babysit you. You just will sit there for 2 lessons.
Yeah, but you have a copy of the exam.
So we can get a
Yes.
calculator.
Yes.
Alright, you'll be given a calculator. That's the only thing you will be given. Alright, moving on, because we've got to go quickly.
Hang on. You need to do the 2.
Oh, and then do the 2.
I think you can do that way.
I'll leave you to do the 2.
No, just normal that way.
Here we go. Factorising. Who remembers factorising?
Yeah, Bert.
Good. Jake, can you give us the first step then? For the top left.
Oh, you
Don't remember?
find the common factor between the numbers.
Good. So what's good? What's the highest common factor between 6 and 30? 6. You're right. So we write this as 6 times a times x minus 5 times 6 times x.
But then you can write.
Is this how I taught you how to do it?
Yeah. Can't you just have
You can just do it in brackets.
A out the front
Yeah.
and then X in brackets?
Bracket.
Alright, so what can come out of both of these? 6x.
All 30 X's.
No, including 30.
6x, and then what's left?
A 24.
5. Because you'll have the 6x times minus 5 gets you to minus 30.
6AX squared.
Huh? Alright, nice. In which case, what comes out of both of this one?
The A.
B.
Good, a b squared can come out. What else?
3.
Good, 3. So if we take 3b squared out, what are we left with?
Negative.
A.
And?
Negative A plus 4.
Nice.
Like,
Nice.
How do you do those? Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah, so
Don't just take like 1 out.
these are different. There's nothing in common, really. There's no numbers on this one, and there's no x's there, so we can't take out a common factor of 2 or 6 or x or a or b. But we do still need to factorise it. And we factorise it by remembering you can rewrite 36 as 6 squared. Alright? Now why is that important?
Because you've got 2 squares.
Yeah, well no, you can't take the squares out, but it's important because of this property here, whereas if we have a squared take b squared, that is equal to a plus b, a take b. Good, keep going. Very good. So to factorise that, you have to recognise that the 36 is 6 squared.
Oh, that
and you can
again.
split it like this.
Oh, that's right.
will this be in the exam?
Yes.
I think we're learning it.
I was asking a
How much
question.
is there exams to do?
A little, not too much. Alright,
We're doing cheat sheets.
this one here. Anyone remember how to do them?
No.
When there's 3.
I hate them.
Sort of. What do you mean by it?
Like you work backwards. No.
Pretty much. So one thing we looked at was sum and product. We're looking for numbers that add to there and multiply to 20, minus 20. So we want 2 numbers. We usually call them alpha and beta. So that alpha plus beta equals 1 and alpha times beta equals minus 20.
I don't get that. Where's right back?
Yes, please do.
Do we have to write alpha and beta? And then
No, you don't have to write alpha and beta. No,
I'm going.
it's just how we do it. Normally.
Oh my.
What two numbers add to 1 and multiply to minus 20?
1 and -1.
Negative.
Okay, so if we do minus 20 times 1, that multiplies to minus 20. But minus 20 plus 1 is minus 19.
Oh.
Which doesn't get us.
Isn't there a thing on?
Okay, so 10 and minus 2 multiply to negative 20. But if we add 10 and minus 2, we don't get 1. You're on the right track. What else goes into 20?
It's like 1. It's negative.
Yeah, 1 and 2 do. What else goes? Negative 4 and 5. Good. So our two numbers are negative 4 and 5. Okay? And that means we can split the brackets into
Oh, what do you know?
x take 4, x take x plus 5.
Because if you expand it, negative 4 x plus 5
Get you,
x.
get you the x, exactly. Alrighty, last two of factorizing. Shh.
Anything else?
Yeah, there's a couple more, but we're close to the end. Alright, x plus 2 all squared minus 9.
So you like expand.
We could try expanding the bracket, but I'll show you the shortcut. What if we thought about it like this? X plus 2 all squared minus 3 squared. Alright? We have a number that's squared minus another number that's squared, which gets us to this. Alright? Here, we have a number squared minus another number squared, so we can use that same property as above. But in our case here, what is A?
X.
Close.
X squared.
Nope. X plus 2.
Oh.
That here, this A from this up here is there. And the B is there.
Oh, so you do like x plus 2 take 3 and x plus 2 plus 3.
Perfect. Well done. We have X plus 2 take 3, bracket, bracket, X plus 2 plus 3. Which simplifies to X take 1 and X plus 5. Good. We should give Carl a round of applause.
You're on the ball, Carl.
Oh,
Don't get hit.
A bit over the top, bro.
he did a good job.
What a Carl.
Rewarding him.
Rewarding you with your hands.
Now, some of you
That's
will
on
have
the
seen
YouTube thing.
this before. Last one.
I see like in 2 groups.
Yep, they're already in 2 groups.
So you split
Stop trying to make it happen, Carl.
Good, you split them. No, he's doing well. Alright. Taking the left hand side, what common factor comes out of the left? X, leaving us with X takes 6. What common factor comes out of the right? Good. Whoop. Leaving us with X takes 6.
X take 6.
X takes 6. Now what?
Wait a minute.
You take out a factor of X takes 6 and then left with X plus 2. Well done, Ethan. Sorry, not Ethan, Callum. Alright. Now I know lots of you are running out of space, and I'm sorry.
We're out of space.
We've got to simplify.
Alright, so you go back up like
Yep. Yeah, you'll need to write Wacom small.
I can't write small. You see me? I can't even. I won't be able to read it. Can I print it off?
No.
Ah,
Must be handwritten.
really?
Must be handwritten.
One font.
But
Bring a
why?
magnifying
No, but
glass.
like, why? I'm just
The rules. The rules.
Yeah, if we did it on the computer, we would make sure.
No, it must be handwritten.
Can
I have like-
computer ready?
Can I have this bit of paper?
No, the cheat sheet you take into the exam must be handwritten.
We have to bring in like notes and write
No.
like size
You take in one sheet, and on one side of it is handwriting.
Who's got really small handwriting?
Yes, A4.
Oh.
Can I have this bit like full of notes?
Alright.
And then this bit full as well?
Simplifying.
And then like just squiggle on the top and like refer down page.
Yes, we have this, then completing the square, and then we're on to measurement.
Yeah.
Alright, I know you don't have much room. Now, for these, who recognises the top?
I couldn't do this.
We've done 3 of the top.
No.
One squared number, take another squared number? Yes?
6 square.
Good, 6 squared. We can write this as x squared take 6 squared over 3 lots of x plus 6.
Who even thought of this stuff?
Lots of it.
Like, who thought of maths?
Alright. Now, if you've got x squared take 6 squared, how do we factorise that?
X take 6, bracket x plus 6.
All over 3 lots of x plus 6.
And then you can cancel them out.
Good. Now the reason we factorised is because now we have an x plus 6 on both top and bottom. So we went x squared take 6 squared, and that splits into x take 6, x plus 6, because there's a difference of 2 squares. And then we've got the x plus 6 on the top and the bottom. And that leaves us finally with the answer of x take 6 over 3.
Can you get rid of the negative 6 and 3?
No, because 3 isn't common across the top. It's only can only go into the 6. You can only get rid of it if it was going into the 6 and a 3x or something. Yeah, if it was 3x, it could. Alright, what's happened there? That's not meant to be an S. It's meant to be a 5.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Alright. Who remembers adding and subtracting of fractions?
take your time to the bottom to make it the same.
Basically, imagine if we just had a third plus 2 over 3. You don't have to write this if you don't want. A third plus 2 fifths, sorry. How would you add a third plus 2 fifths?
I find a common denominator.
Alright, what's a common denominator?
15.
Alright, how do you get 3 to 15?
3 times 5.
Good. Well, you do the bottom, you must do to the top.
He's on it.
And you get times 5 by 3 and the top by 3. Leaving you with 1 times 5 is 5 over 3 times 5 is 15 plus 2 times 3 is 6 over 5 times 3 is 15. Yeah, well done. It's equal to 11 over 15. Now we use exactly the same thing with an algebraic fraction. What's a common factor of 2 and 5?
10.
10. So you multiply both top and bottom by what you need to get them to 10. So you multiply it by 2 there, and this one by 5.
And then you have 2 lots of 2x take 4.
Yes, then you have 2 lots of 2x take 4 over 10 minus 5 lots of 5x plus 2 over 10.
And then do you add them? No. You
Then you expand.
take 4x take 8. Over 10 over x over 2. Can you cancel? Can you get rid of the 10?
Yeah.
On this, like, when you're expanding,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be 2x minus x.
That's a 4. Sorry, it's not the 4 that's up there. It's just an atrociously handwritten 4.
Wait. I'm running this common.
You tell me to fix my writing.
Yeah,
Come on.
yeah, I know. I'm a hypocrite.
Wait.
I'm going to spend all my weekend doing it. Oh no, I can't.
Why not?
Go to college. I'll do everything. I can have a maths day.
Yeah.
Can you get rid of the plus 10?
Therefore,
Where are we going?
the second bit
Yeah.
is that
2x
Hang on.
equals.
Wait.
Yeah, no, my bad.
Why is it 5x times
25x.
5x?
25x. Oh, sorry. Why is the 5
What are
there?
you doing? Why are you doing this? You've just ruined everything.
There you go. Well done.
You're like,
What did you change?
you can't do this.
Sorry, I put a 5 there for some reason. Whereas it's really only equal 5x down the bottom.
Mate, I think I should be there.
No, actually, not kidding.
What did you change?
He just put a 2.
5 out there.
Put a 5, so it's 25.
I'll be ready for
Why are you talking to yourself?
Why do you have purple pants on yesterday? On
2 days
Tuesday?
ago. Cool pants.
It's
Alright, can I go down?
yeah.
Alright, let's go to measurement.
Well, the factorising by.
Yeah, we'll complete the square later. We've got to move on. Measurement.
So
Now,
that's as far as it goes.
Don't leave tomorrow. Do this as well.
no, I want to get this all done today so you can start revising tomorrow. Start doing practice questions tomorrow. Alright, measurement. Now, what I'd like to do is, I'm going to do the conversion tables quickly. If you know the conversion tables, you don't have to write them down. So if you know how to go between millimetres, centimetres, metres and kilometres, you don't have to copy it. Yeah?
Is measurement the same square still?
No, different square. So, we're on to square. We've just passed halfway. Woo! Halfway done. Now we're on to measurement.
Now on to
These two long.
I want to kill myself.
No, these will be, if anything, a little shorter.
Wait, is this algebra?
No, this is measurement.
Yeah.
We've moved on to a different square. We're now on to measurement.
So, what would you do if you became internet famous over your YouTube channel?
I don't think that's likely to happen.
Why not? I'll share your page.
Yeah, I'll share it also.
I subscribe to you.
Alright. So when we're going between units, the important thing is those arrows. When we go from millimetres to centimetres, we divide by 10. If we're going from metres to centimetres, for example, we multiply by 100. Just look at the direction of each arrow. I'm allowed to make mistakes. Alright, now, do any of you know how many millilitres is in a centimetre cube?
1,000.
1, good. 3, 5, 4, 5, 4.
Nothing.
So, a centimetre cube is exactly equal to a milliliter. Alright? And then we have millilitres to litres is divided by 1,000, and going from litres to millilitres you multiply by 1,000. This will be all essentially revision. Can I go down?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Alright. Now, once again, if you know them, you don't have to draw them. For example, rectangle, most of you won't be drawing. Circle area you will be. Triangle area you will be, most probably. Yeah, drill them there and go later.
So, can we see?
No, and I'm not appreciating the singing exercise.
Get all that. Get.
If you need to.
Are we going
Most-
to have rhombuses, are we?
Yep, entirely possibly.
We will have a rhombus.
The next down.
Everyone likes a bit of rhombus.
Alright.
I don't even know what a rhombus is.
All sides the same, but not right angles and corners. It's like a square that's being kicked.
So it's like this. That's where it's been kicked. Don't you get it? Square that's been kicked. Oh, I was just about to show you now. Square that's been kicked. This is.
Yeah, a square that's being kicked, exactly.
It's like the leaning tower.
Yeah, like in the last test. Alright, now, these ones you may not know by heart. So,
Parallelogram.
parallelogram. How do you find the area of a parallelogram?
Height times by AB. AB no, it's AB plus. No, it's not. I can't remember.
No. Just length times height.
Oh, okay.
For parallelogram, it's the length of one of the longer sides times the height, or the distance between those sides. Yeah, so you were saying trapezium, Sophie. Yeah. The other one in the middle is a diamond. And our area equation for a diamond is not quite a square. You have to take that and that. And normally we label them A and B. And then the area is A times B divided by 2.
Well, so you're just supposed to find that top bit of triangle.
Sorry.
So this is the whole diamond.
Alright, so yeah, the diamond, that is the A. Sorry, that's the B.
Oh, so you find the whole length of it.
Yeah, and
I thought
that's
you
the
just
A.
went part of it. Oh, long
No.
trick me.
Yeah?
But isn't that just a...
So finding the area of a diamond, it's the longest axis and the shorter axis multiplied together, then you divide it by 2.
Can't you just use it like, say, like it's kind of like a square?
It's not a square though.
But it's a little different
It's
to a
like a
square.
rhombus.
It is a bit like, yeah, it's exactly like a rhombus. That equation would work for a rhombus. That equation would work for a rhombus too.
Oh, but is it the same equation?
I know, I'm going really quickly. Alright, last one. Sophie, it's your trapezium. Do you want to give us the equation? Good. A plus B divided by 2 times the height,
Actually,
where
half.
that is the A, that's the B, and that's the height.
Can you write it instead like? Can you write half bracket A plus B times H?
Yes, same thing. Can I move or not?
Yes.
Yep. Alright. Surface areas and volumes. And I know it's painful, I know there's a lot to go through, but when you start practicing these,
Maybe over 2.
if you can't draw them, don't worry about drawing them, just write the name for
Yeah,
them.
find all that.
Surface area, volume of each of sphere, cylinder, and a cone. You have to pass your hand.
Right, if you want to write that in the factorised form, you have to write that form first, like a cone. Can you
No,
write
no.
IR bracket R plus F?
That's fine. There. There. That's H. Yeah, I'll make that. I can't make it bigger, but I'll write on there. That there is an H. It's the height of the cone.
Divided by 3. Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
One of them.
it's tapering, so you divide it by 3. Or write it over 3, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still.
No, so in the exam, there might just be numbers where they are. And you have to work out whether it's the pi or whether it's like the height or the radian. The other thing that is entirely possible, and we'll get to it in a sec, is note that's a right angle triangle. Means you can be asked to use Pythagoras.
Oh.
Yes, we'll come across it in a second in other notes. Yes, it is. The exam, yeah, exam. We'll call it exam. Yep. The idea is to scare you a little bit now, so later on when you go to your info, it won't be as scary.
Why do you have to be so mean?
Had a question, Jack? No, okay. Stretching. Alright, can I scroll or no? Roll on.
Oh, whatever.
It's alright, you can blame him. He doesn't care. Am I moving up next time? If I fail my exam, will I still move up? So I've got to pass my exam. Nah, man. I'm doing this for me. Nah, man. I want to do extension, mate.
Ew. Wait, you're in college. Yeah, you're in college.
I'm going to be a boss.
No, you're in advanced class.
I think I know. You know, usually advanced two students don't do it. Advanced one usually do it.
What, because they want to?
No, because they're smarter.
No, that doesn't define. That does not define who's smart.
Why would you be in advanced one?
You're gonna miss this.
Exactly.
That shouldn't even be in this class.
Yes, go.
It was standard. I moved from standard 1 to advanced 2, now to advanced
Tonight.
1.
Alright, going on.
Isn't that not good?
Nearly the end of measurement. Now remember, a uniform solid is one that passes that toast test or piece of bread. Then you can slice all the way through. And to find its volume, you simply find the area of its base and multiply it by the height. Tapering solid, exactly the same except it goes to a point. So it is a third times the area of the base times the height.
That's what I'm talking about, the third.
Keep that there? Yes, okay. Can I go down a little, Lisa? I'll still leave that there. Pythagoras is next. After Pythagoras there's density and then that's it. Margins. In the margins, I don't know, you'll have to find a little space. Or you can sneak into linear equations with the index. Page and that. Mr. Mackay.
You have to put your notes page with the
What do you mean?
extra hand up.
Yes.
Why?
So they make
What? Yeah, whatever you want. Yes, that's what I was talking to you about. Alright,
Why do we have to hand out a notepad up? Now what?
cheat sheet up. You just do.
Oh yeah, hit off triangle, man.
Yeah, it's bracket. Nah, Mr. Gimbo, he's right out.
Leave it there. Alright, so Pythagoras. The most important part is getting the right angle. Nathan Blake. Nathan Brody Blake. Can you please be quiet? Alright, so with the right angle, the side directly opposite it is the hypotenuse, and generally we label it C. The other two sides, it doesn't matter what we label them, in what order, as long as we call them A and B. So you could have labelled them the other way around, it wouldn't generally matter. And then the equation is
C squared.
A squared plus B squared.
Can't have a C squared if it's A squared.
Yeah, you can.
You got it wrong.
No, you got it right, but by convention we write it that way round.
Conventionally, you got it wrong.
Yeah, conventionally you got it.
I'm still
Alright. Now, here's an important point. That's all I'm going to make you write for notes as far as the cheat sheet goes. However, if you have space, it would be an excellent idea to find an example of Pythagoras, either out of the textbook or out of your notes, and write it down in the space you're allowed. So what I'm telling you to write on the cheat sheet isn't the only thing that's allowed to go on there. If you have space, you're welcome to put examples in there. And it's a good idea to put examples of how things need to be done in the cheat sheet also. Right, last thing for measurement.
Oh, wait. Yep.
Lovely. Just reminding you, for service area, to draw a net. Make a note for yourself. If you have to find a service area question that's a little different, draw out a net, which is imagine a little man inside folding the walls down. Last thing of all is density, and that's our density triangle. Remember, density is equal to mass divided by volume. So it's like the speed equals distance over time triangle. You cover the one you want. So if you want density, you cover the D that represents density, and you're left with mass divided by volume using grams and centimeters cubed.
Remember on one of my tests, I wrote
Yes, well done. Mass equals D times V. Sorry, what? That's density. That triangle is the density triangle.
What's the density of that triangle?
That's it for measurement. Well done.
Wait, there's more?
Yeah, linear relationships. Last one.
I definitely failed that test.
Yes, I know. I did the entire thing with just my generals. Year 10 generals, essentially the same material. Alrighty, we're 3/4 of the way through. Last one. Stay with me. Linear relationships. U3. Solving linear inequalities. It shouldn't say inequalities, it should say equations. I'm allowed to make mistakes.
Yeah, but not 20 in a row.
That's gonna, yeah, I'm allowed to make mistakes, isn't it?
You're allowed to make mistakes too.
Like the whole day.
Alright. So, some of you will be able to see the answer for X straight away. Others will need to essentially unwrap it. And it's good you need to know how to practice to unwrap it. Good. 2 times 2 plus 3 gets us 7. So the answer is X equals 2. How would we get there if we didn't know the answer was X equals 2? How do we unwrap the X?
Take 3 divided by 2.
Good. We take the 3 over. So we take 3 from both sides, leaving us with 2x equals 4. And then divide by 2. Well done. Leaving us with x equals 2. Was. What if there's x's on both sides of the equation, like on the right?
You get all the x's on the left.
Good. How do you get all the x's go on the left for the second question example?
Take 6x.
Take 6x. So 2x takes 6x is
Negative 4x.
minus 4x. So what we're doing from here is we're taking 6x.
Equals 6.
I'm just going to do it in 2 steps. Then we're going to add 5.
Do you have to write those through the plus 5s?
No, you don't. It's just me showing the working. Minus 4x equals 6. And how do we get rid of the minus 4?
X equals 6. Negative 4.
Yep. X equals 6 over minus 4. Flying through. No, because I've recorded it and they can watch it. No, it's not the same. But
further dumb that down to negative 3 or something?
you can if you wanted to.
Will you get down marked if you don't?
No. Alright, last couple. Well, of this sort anyway. How do we solve on the left? Yes. It wouldn't be minus a half, it would be minus 3 on 2, but that's fine. Yes. Huh? Expand the brackets. 4x and 4 gives us 4x plus 4 equals 18 minus 3x. Yeah, x on the other side, so what do we do, Jake? Good, plus 3x to both sides. Leaving us with 7x plus 4 equals 18. Now what? Good, minus 4 from both sides. 7x equals 14. X equals 2. Alright, so what we did, Kayla, we expanded each bracket. So 4 times x is 4x, 4 times 1 is 4, 3 times 6 is 18, 3 times minus 6 is minus 3x, and the equal sign stayed there. And then we want to get all the x's on the left hand side. So we added the 3x to both sides. Brought it over here. Okay, so just solving linear equation. Okay, so we've got all the x's here. So 4x plus 3x is 7x. And then that plus 4 comes down. And the 18 comes down. And you take 4 from both sides. Do you want to get rid of this 4? That leaves you with 7x is the 18 minus 4, which is the 14. 7x equals 14, so we divide by 7 and x equals 2. That was quick, I know. With practice it becomes easier. Alright? Alright, take the other example on the right. How do we... Yeah, good, well done Sophie. Cross multiply. Please note that cross multiplying only works across equal signs. So there's an equal sign between them. We're multiplying across, so we have 5 lots of 2x plus 1 equals 3 lots of x take 3. Alright? And then you'd expand and solve like you would on the left. So I'm just going to leave that. Well, no, you have to solve it. You have to do everything on the left. Do you want me to do it? Shall I finish that one or just move on? Move. Yes. Alright, going on to gradient. Now, this is an equation that's extremely useful to have. That one there. M, or the slope, is equal to rise over run if you're measuring or estimating, but if you're just given 2 points, it's equal to y2 take y1 over x2 take x1. Where?
Slow down.
Well,
Here. I'll explain what I mean. Say if you have 2 points, the point 2, 3 and the point 6, 8. Okay? There are 2 points that we've been given and we want to find the slope of the line connecting those 2 points. We label the first point x1, y1, and we label the second point x2, y2. Alright? And then we put those numbers into the equation. M is equal to y2, which is 8, minus y1, which is 3, divided by x2, take x1. Alright. So if you're asked to find the slope between 2 points, or for some reason you need to find the slope between 2 points, you label them x1, y1, x2, y2, then you put those numbers into that equation, and what comes out is the slope of the line between those 2 points.
So 5 is the rise.
Yes, so 5 is the rise, 4 is the
So I
rise.
said plot these points on a
You could use the slope intercept method to go 4 across 5 up. Yeah. Alright, now, continuing under slopes. Sorry, do you want me to go up? Get it after? Alright, continuing from slopes. Lines are parallel if... Can we finish that sentence? Yeah, they never meet if the what?
if the gradient is
Yeah, the gradient is the same. Alright? Is the same. Thank you. Clearly I'm getting tired. As are you guys, I suspect. Alright, what about lines are perpendicular?
if the reciprocal is -1.
If they cross at a right angle, good, and they're reciprocal slopes. Alright, so if we have m and -1 over m. So for an example of that, e.g., if we have m is equal to minus 2 on 3, what is the perpendicular slope? Yeah, 3 over 2, because the negative goes. So the perpendicular m is equal to 3 over 2. Basically, you flip the numbers and then either add a negative or take a negative. Equations of lines. Alright, now this one certainly you need to know. Y equals mx plus c.
I hate this.
Yes, everybody hates this equation. What is the m?
Do you hate it?
No, I quite like it. Gradient or slope? And what is the c?
Y-intercept.
Alright, now, this is one example I am going to do for you, or invite you to put on there. If we find the equation of the line, given 2 points. Alright? Given 2 points. We find m first. Good question. How do we find m? Is the slope, which is y2 take y1 over x2 take x1. And we label our points. x1, y1, x2, y2. Alright? We are almost done. I know, we are almost done.
And then you choose. Oh, it's just equal to how much that's a third.
Then you choose a point, yes.
So you can choose the last. Oh, you can choose either.
Either.
It'll get the same.
Same. Alright, so find the equation of the line. We need to find y equals mx plus c. Girls,
There's 9.
we need to find y equals mx plus c. And I don't know what c is yet, but we'll find it in a second. First we get the m, and once we've got m, we're left here, which is y equals minus 2x plus c, and then we need to find c.
Your 7 one.
You use this one here. It actually doesn't matter which point we use, but we substitute that in. So where y is 7 equals minus 2 lots of 1 plus c. 7 equals minus 2 plus c. Whoa, sorry. Therefore, c equals 9. Our equation is y equals minus 2x plus 9. And that's our answer.
And then if you had to graph that, how would you do that?
Alright, we'll get to that in a second.
Because that's what I can do.
Yeah. Alright. Now note that if you're asked to find out whether what lines are parallel or perpendicular, it isn't enough just to draw them and see if they don't cross or do cross. You need to get them in the form y equals mx plus c, and then compare the m's for parallel lines. If the m's are the same, they're parallel. If they're not, they're perpendicular. Alright, sketching graphs. Now, you guys are taught a ton of different methods. I'm not going to go through the methods now because there are 3 basic methods. One method is to have this x and y and find out where the points go. The others are y-intercept and slope, or using the axis-intercept methods. Essentially, I don't mind which one, but you guys will need to go through your notes and find a method you like to use. Alright, so make a note for yourself to do that when you go home. Alright, lastly, last part of the last topic, linear inequalities. How do we solve them?
Take those things.
Yep. These are easy. Alright, Brody, take us away with the first one.
So, like, 2x plus 3.
Yep.
Which equals 7. So 7 take 3 is 4 equals 2. So 7 take 3 is 4.
Good. We're taking 3 from both sides.
Well, that's not how I made it, but
Okay.
I just do like
No, that's good. Keep going. What would you do next?
then you just like so divide 4 by 2.
Good. X is greater than or equal to 2, right? Yes. Alright. Stay with me last couple of minutes. Alright. Now, if you found X is greater than or equal to 2, you'll need to answer on a number line. Meaning you just draw a line, put 0 somewhere, and then put the other number either left or right of 0, and now draw your arrows. Coloured in dot to the right, because X is greater than 2. Now note, that colour in is because of the equal sign. More ink, more ink. Hold on.
How much marks will you lose if you don't colour it in?
A half. Every half counts.
Well, it could be a How many questions are in the exam?
Lots.
And what's it out of?
It'll be out of 90-ish.
So I've got to get 45 marks. There's the aiming
I'm
time.
not going to solid 16.
Alright, last one. Nearly last. Yes, last one. Yeah, I put it on YouTube. And you can fast forward through bits to go to the notes you want.
8 minus x equals less than 5.
Well done, well done.
And then it is minus x.
Is it
Less than 5. Take 8. Minus x is less than negative 3. And then you times by negative 1.
Yeah. Alright, now,
Less than 3.
if you get here, what happens when we multiply and divide by a negative?
The sign flips.
Yeah, the sign flips. So to get rid of that minus from in front of the x, we're going to have to multiply by minus 1. And it's going to flip. Greater than 3. Once again, we draw a number line.
Is that when times equals
0,
dividing?
3. X is greater than 3. Yeah, timesing or dividing by a negative. And notice how that's open, because that there is open.
So how would you write that? When timesing or dividing by a negative number?
Flip the sign, yeah. Alright. Now.
You're working? Can you say,
Just listen for a sec.
shut up, year 10?
No, that's rude.
That would have been funny.
Now, thank you for more or less paying attention to all of that. And to those of you who got it on one sheet, well done. I would encourage you. Can you hold it up, Kelly? See how she's highlighted important parts? It makes it in the exam nice and easy to find important bits. Well done, Sophie, if you've highlighted them. Guys, I have to say, girls are at an advantage here. Girls are much better at the art of cheat sheet than we are. Yeah, but you are. That's pretty good. Alright, now. Tens, thank you.
This is sad. Playing with year 10s. That's so big.
Oh yeah. Now,
Good news, but
the reason we've done
do you have faith enough?
Alright, this is now your lunchtime that's evaporating.
What?
We have
Not even gone to that.
Shut up! Shut up, Rick.
Now, know going through that cheat sheet wasn't the easiest thing in the world, but still need to listen for the last couple of minutes. Having a cheat sheet is a good start, and the reason I've done it earlier is so you guys can work off that cheat sheet while you're revising. But nothing, absolutely nothing, beats practice questions as far as revision goes. You can read your notes, you can read the cheat sheet, you can colour in lots of highlighters, but unless you start doing practice questions, you won't learn it, okay? Practice questions is the absolute key. What I've got on the board is the 2 mixed reviews. So each mixed review covers a couple of topics. Mixed review A is the first one, and mixed review B is the second one. We don't do all of mixed review B simply because we haven't done all those topics yet, but those will be your best source of practice questions, okay?
Is that it?
No, not yet. Shh. You need to, tonight, get your diaries out, go through and don't do all of these, you won't be able to do all of them tonight, but flick through them, and if there's any you just have genuinely no idea how to do, those are the questions you bring me tomorrow, okay? Over the next week, so tomorrow and your lessons on Monday and Tuesday, you'll be given it to practice. Working off these, working off your cheat sheets, you practice all of these questions, okay? It really is a case of practice makes perfect. One thing I would like to point out is, if you look at these mixed review questions, what is 163? Have I given you the wrong pages?
So you just noticed all of that scenarios?
No, 153. Look at your textbooks. Now, next to the questions, yes, those are the examples where they come from in the textbook. Sure, what is it?
Tuesday. I've had it with me.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought it too. I told her I'm
Oh my god! Tutoring book. Me, I give a damn just because you don't know.
Give a damn.
What do I do with them all?
Because you don't like that.
Yeah.
Oh my god. How much do these pens cost?
Mine.
Yeah, I know. I haven't finished yet.
Alright, like $3 or $4 each.
Really, that's it? Oh,
I mean, that's it.
I'm going to have to buy one of these.
When I lose 10 a week, it adds up.
I'll buy them off you.
You can buy them off offices.